Wow, look at that. It's amazing. Every time I play this game, it's always amazing to see the bow of the ship there. Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and in today's video, we are back in Titanic VR, and today, we're finally beginning the campaign. So yeah guys, let's get into the video. And here we are in Titanic VR. It's all black right now because there's no light or anything, but that'll soon change. There is a sub approaching. It's our submarine, and we are about to take a look at Titanic for the first time underwater. So here we go. Here comes the submarine now, and we can see the ocean floor, the shadow of the submarine there as it comes down. And it looks like we also have an ROV on board, so that's going to be pretty cool. And here we are.
Alright, I've reached the seabed. Can't see much.
You're still a couple of 100 meters out, and back to manual control. Shall we run an equipment test?
We're going to go ahead and skip that because I already know how the sub works.
That's alright. I'm good.
Okay, you'd better place a marker before we head too far. Interact with the button next to the map to place one.
Marker's been placed.
You can head towards the bow. So, I had a call from our main sponsor.
Problem?
No, all fine. Just voicing her excitement about us finally diving. Said she's looking forward to seeing what we can do. I've set up a call for 8 p.m. this evening.
For $45,000 a day, let's just hope we find something.
Never mind the money. My doctorate is riding on this.
Alright, so I'm going to stop right here. Now, I may get cut off a few times while we do this whole playthrough of the game, mainly because I haven't played the game in a really long time. I've played Sandbox maybe once or twice between the last time I played the game and now, but I haven't played the campaign since I last did a series on this game, which of course is now taken down so I can replace it with these videos. But I'm going to try to stay a little quiet throughout this entire series just to allow for these guys to talk. Alright, so let's start moving towards the bow. So as you can see right there, that is our marker for where we need to go. That's where the bow is going to be, and I believe this mission is all about placing a plaque on the forecastle deck. So there should be a hill somewhere over here where we're going to be seeing the bow soon. We'll see it on radar first.
Right, I should get my lights ready now that I'm getting close to the bow.
You can control the movement of the sub's lights by using the directional keys on your keyboard. To turn the spotlights on and off, interact with the button in front of the lever.
Alright, so there we go. So this hill should basically lead up to the bow of the ship, and we're about to see it. And there it is.
There's something you don't see every day.
She's a beauty.
So what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and
First things first.
spin around
We've
here.
got a contract with the Titanic Society to place their commemorative plaque on the forecastle deck. Get yourself into position.
Alright.
Wow, look at that. It's amazing. Every time I play this game, it's always amazing to see the bow of the ship there. So let's go ahead and hover over the forecastle deck here.
Coming up to it now.
You'll need the Predator for this task.
Ah, the ROV.
Yep, courtesy of Flight Avionics and the latest in augmented reality technology. If you look up, you'll find a set of VR goggles and a control panel. To deploy the ROV, look at the VR goggles with your mouse and then left-click to use.
Alright, so here we go. We're going into ROV mode.
The controls to maneuver the Predator are the same as the submersible. Make your way over to the plaques already laying on the deck, and remember that the range is only up to 15 meters. The advantage of driving without an umbilical.
Is there any way to boost the signal?
Yeah, but we need to upgrade the deep-sea transmitter, and they don't come cheap. The generosity of our sponsors and UNS funding only goes so far. If we complete these contract jobs, we might just be able to afford some upgrades.
What happens if I go out of range?
The automatic recall kicks in. ROV comes straight back to the sub.
Alright, so we are approaching where we need to drop the plaque. It's right over there. You can see on the top left, that's our signal strength. And you know what? I'm going to quickly head back to the sub and move ourselves a little closer. Whoops. I accidentally hit the space bar there. Alright, so here we go. And we're just going to move forward, avoid the deck here. And you know what? Let's move our lights down so you can get maximum light onto the forward hatch there.
Great. The plaque we're placing is in the Predator's inventory. You can access it through the menu.
Ah, how do I open the menu?
You can open the menu by pressing and releasing the info button. While in the menu, you can check your map and mission log and access the inventory. To interact with items in the inventory, use the laser pointer to highlight the item and left-click to select.
Okay, I'll place the plaque down on top of the flashing beacon.
Okay, so now that we have the plaque, we're just gonna be able to maneuver over it. I don't know why this menu is stuck here. I'm gonna see if I can get rid of it. Okay, yeah, that's a little annoying. I don't know why this menu is still here. Let's see, can I get rid of it? Doesn't look like I can. Let's see if we drop the plaque, can we actually, get rid of that little
I'll take a photograph with the onboard camera for the Society.
Great idea. They'll appreciate that. You can access the camera through the ROV inventory. Open up the menu again and select the camera icon from the inventory screen.
Alright, so here we go. I really don't like how this thing is in the way here, so...
Done. I'll head back
There
to
we go.
Sedna.
No need. Just press the escape key. This is the return button.
Or a spacebar.
Now you're back in the sub. Recall the ROV by pressing the button next to the ROV goggles. It's above you on the right.
Where to now?
Hull breach on E deck. I'll mark it on your map.
We're heading for his cabin, right?
That's right. Eyewitness testimony said Henderson kept a journal. It should tell us more about his activities on the final night.
I presume I'm looking for some kind of trunk.
Henderson had a briefcase listed on the manifest. With any luck, it's still in his room.
Alright, so the breach that they're talking about is a separation in the hull plate, where when the bow hit the ocean floor, those hull plates were blown open, because the bow basically was bent. I think if you're familiar with the wreck, you'll understand what I'm talking about, but it's right down here, and we'll be able to see it clearly with our lights glowing, so yeah. And there it is, so you can see the hull plates are just blown out there.
Lynch,
Yeah?
why are we doing this?
$45,000 a day at sea.
No, I know, but that just about covers the costs of the expedition. I meant, like, why are we taking this job in particular?
Well, put it this way. Why do you think she hired us?
Because we're academics?
Yes, but more specifically, we respect the history. It would have been cheaper for our sponsor to just hire a salvage team.
And why'd you agree to take it?
Funding like this comes once in a blue moon, and I wanted to see her up close.
Alright, so hopefully they're done having that conversation. Let's go ahead and let's get into the ROV mode, and let's see if we can
This
recover
breach
that
is going
trunk.
to impact with the ocean floor. Anything in here is going to be messy.
I'll keep my eyes peeled.
It's towards the top of the breach. Look for the flashing beacon. I really hope his briefcase is there.
So as she said, this entire hole is caused by the breach. I tried to explain it there as best as I could. But yeah, so when it hit the bottom, this part was bent outwards. So let's go ahead and let's get that trunk that we see glowing green there.
I found a briefcase. I just need to pick it up by holding down either the left or the right mouse button to interact.
Oh gosh, not this thing again. Okay, so obviously this is a glitch. I'm going to see if I can disable this for the next episode, but this is kind of annoying here, so let's go ahead and grab the trunk here.
WJH. I think this is it.
Well, that's lucky. Are you going to open it?
No, not here. Assuming there's anything intact in there, it'll start degrading as soon as I open the case. I'll have to bring it back to the lab before we can take a peek.
Okay, you should put the briefcase in the Predator's storage then. Just open and close the menu again by pressing and releasing the info button. The briefcase will appear in the ROV's inventory as a selectable item, and you'll have your hands free again.
Right. If this is the last task for today, I'll head back to the lab now.
Yep, just return to the submersible and you can head up from there. Let's get you to the surface. Activate the autopilot and get comfortable.
Alright, well first we gotta recall the ROV, so there we go. And let's quickly back up from the ship. I don't want to hit it while we ascend here. Autopilot up.
Alright, I'll see you in about 2 hours.
Alright, and here we are on board the research ship. And, yeah, so basically I'm going to assume that we are... Okay, this is a very interesting spot to be standing. But anyways, I guess we're going to be opening up the briefcase. Alright, so let's go ahead and see if we can talk to her at all. Alright, nope. I guess we're just gonna go ahead and open up the briefcase.
Whoa, looks to be in good condition.
Let's get this cleaned up.
Yep, so let's see what we can do.
Bone hair comb. I'll need to wash the salt out quickly before it crystallizes and the bone starts to crumble. Silver doesn't look great after being in the ocean. This tobacco tin is covered in silver sulfide. I'll have to gently wash this using a soft brush, making sure I don't scratch the surface underneath.
Okay, where's the stuff? Oh, there it is, okay.
These banknotes are delicate and will need a good rinsing in the desalination bath. Then we can treat them in the fungicide to keep them clean before freeze drying them.
Alright, so let's go ahead and let's freeze dry this. So, there we go. Open that up. Now you can tell that this is made for VR because it's very slow. The movements are very slow in this, and doors don't have animations to them. So, I don't know where I'm gonna put this in there. No, where do they want this? Anyways, we got our comb here. Let's put that
It's ready for
there.
drying in the acetone bath.
Alright, so let's take this over here. I don't know if the money needs to be dropped in anything else. Alright, so let's go back over to the case here, and there's one more item.
This journal is pretty special. The pages seem to be a fabric paper blend. I think the desalination bath will leach out the salt. Then it can go into the PEG station before freeze drying.
Alright, so fungicide. There we go. And time to freeze dry. Wait a moment. Alright, so there we go. Oh.
Looks like a receipt for a telegraph sent on the night of April 14th.
That's strange. I haven't found any reference to one being sent. I wonder what it said.
We can check with our sponsor when she calls. We could also search the first-class purser's office tomorrow. See if we can find the record book. Passengers placed and paid for their telegraph messages at the purser's office, and the record book will give us confirmation if a telegraph message was organized.
We could also check the Marconi room to check if the message survived. Telegraphs were put into canisters before being sent through the pneumatic. Here's our sponsor.
Oh,
We can
gosh.
tell her the news.
Hi, team. How are you both?
Hi, Gillian. We're doing great.
We've just finished cleaning the artifacts we found today. We managed to access Henderson's cabin and retrieve his briefcase.
Wonderful.
Inside we found his journal, a few personal items still in good condition. One interesting item is a receipt for a telegraph sent on the night of the sinking.
Oh, that is interesting. I didn't know William sent a message.
That's what we thought.
It's possible it wasn't sent, and that it's still in either the purser's office or the Marconi room. We're thinking our next dive should be to explore these rooms.
I know teams have searched the Marconi room before, but I didn't think the purser's office was accessible.
Yeah, up till now it's been off limits due to the size of ROVs, but ours is small enough to access it. We're hoping we might find the purser's record book, with the message listed.
As for the Marconi room, other dives have shown most of the furniture is deteriorated, but the telegraph canisters might have survived.
Sounds plausible. Let me know if you find anything. I'd love to see the message he sent. I've only the letters from Southampton.
I noticed something odd in his journal. On the 14th he mentions carrying some special package, but I'm sure he didn't have anything reported in the manifest. Do you have any idea what it could be?
Well, in his last letter, he wrote about returning home with a present for my great-grandmother. I'll do a bit of research on my end. I can check over the manifest again to see if we missed anything.
Great, we'll let you know if we find anything tomorrow. I'm sending over photos of the items we found today.
Thanks, I really appreciate the regular updates. It's making writing much easier. We'll talk again soon.
Well, shall we call it a day?
Not quite. Gillian was kind enough to order in a stronger transmitter for our ROV. We'll need to fit it before the dive tomorrow. Otherwise, we won't be able to reach the purser's office.
I'll get on it now then.
It's waiting for you over there.
Thanks.
Okay, so I did get a little confused on what I had to do with the artifacts, but now that I know what's going on, I'm pretty sure that it's just going to be the same process for all of the other stuff after that. I just had to get the journal done, so I was a little confused with what I had to do with the cache and everything. But basically it just goes to one of these and then goes over to the freeze dryer, or goes into the acetone. So basically it's just a step-by-step process, but now that I know that, things should go a lot smoother now.
I need to replace the transmitter in the ROV with the one on the table next to it. The instructions for replacement are on the posters behind the ROV rack, and I can access the lower sections of the ROV by lifting the rack bar up.
Alright, and
She's all
there we
ready
go.
to go for tomorrow.
Cool. I'll see you in the morning then.
And there we go. That is our first experience with the wreck in this game. And we did have a few hiccups with restoring and preserving the artifacts that we found. But other than that, everything went smooth. So yeah, guys, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and a comment. And I'll see you next time, guys. Goodbye.